All right. Let me get my hood up. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I'm Tucker.
And I'm Sammie J.
And so this video is going to be just a collaboration of all the things we've been doing the last couple weeks to try to get our house ready for our baby to come. And it's going to just be a whole bunch of stuff combined. So we hope that you guys enjoy it. We found out today that the baby is how old? 11 and a half weeks.
So the official due date of the baby is going to be August 6th. So.
And we probably won't be able to know if it's a boy or a girl for at least probably 8 weeks more.
Yes.
And then we'll let everybody know. Well, or not, or we'll just save it and do it as a surprise. But we want to know.
Oh, I mean, I'll know, so.
Do you already know?
I already know, so.
What's your predictions?
It's a boy.
I'm going to say this. Lemgaudian Liviosa.
It's Liviosa. Not Liviosa.
All right, let's go with Big Lots. All right, I'm feeling a little crazy to go with Big Lots with this whole getup. And I have like this attached to my phone as well for the charging. I could take this out though. I can't have all this. It's too much.
No. Like,
It's too crazy, right? You got the keys?
I got the keys.
All right, let's go. Let's go do some spells in here. Oh no. The bright lights blinded me. The news has broken. Sammie J is officially pregnant. So we are having a baby. Who would have thought?
I'm like shaking because I don't know whether to be like scared, happy, or I don't know. I'm sure a lot of you already know and have known, but I'm pregnant, and this is going to be something very new for both Turner and I. I'm pregnant. Congratulations! You got your Christmas present.
My first doctor's appointment, and I didn't know what to expect.
Do you think this is a crazy present?
What? What? No! Congratulations! So those are the pictures. Looks like a potato. That's the umbilical cord.
Oh, I see the baby.
But that's Finn.
So there it is, the first pictures of our baby Finn.
As a potato.
This is going to change both of our lives for the better. So I just want to say we feel very happy about the future, and we're excited to share this journey with everyone. So stay tuned. This is about to get real. Real, real. The first furniture store on the list. Let's see what they have.
Smells really good of like fresh furniture.
I mean, yeah. This
That's super cool.
sold. Already sold, and it was 300. That's not bad.
It's actually not bad.
I thought it was gonna be like 12, like some crazy price.
Alright, stick to the mission, right?
Yeah.
This is really, really cool.
This is lit.
Like, I really like this.
It's wizard's chess.
This isn't what we're here for, but I can just look. It's fun.
Sold.
Of course. Nah, it's not like I would ever get this, but this is very cool.
This one can only move. This one can move. It moves 2 forward, 1, 2, and then that way or that way. So it can only move 2 and then 1, 2 and then 1.
Right?
So we were looking for like what I would call a build out. Basically, you would normally get it custom made, but I just don't see that happening in a timely manner. So these are pretty cool. All right, the first store we went to, pricing is a little bit over the top.
Pricing's a little bit heavy. Like,
now we know why people buy furniture for a month.
because even if I had, you know, $1,400 to spend on a shelf, this is just like from our personal experience of like finding stuff and, you know, the house cleanouts we used to do, and just like thrift stores, Goodwill, secondhand stuff. It's like I don't want to go there. So even if we had it, which we do. I can't. I literally can't. Dude. Just can't do it.
We're going new. We could just, that thing was $1,400. Put it this way. We could build a whole wall, let me let her in first. The only thing is, for that price, we could build a whole shelf and a whole shelf in Finn's room, too.
Exactly. We might ask,
how we want it.
our friend Leland might be able to just custom make it for us, but you know, he has a life and his own business now too, right? Him and his brother. So we'll just see if he can pencil something in, or if he's even, I know he's capable of doing it, but we'll see. But we're gonna go take a look-see somewhere else. And we wanted to go to Big Wally's, but they're closed. Cause like, I don't even know if I've ever been to Big Wally's, but everybody knows the Big Wally's furniture store. Big discounts when you walk through the door. Dining room and living something.
Oh yeah, the room. That
Mattress galore at King Crow's furniture store.
This place is open till 9.
What place? Bob's?
Yeah.
Obviously.
All right. So this is the second and final place we're gonna go to today. Bob's Discount Furniture. It's cold out now. They probably won't have what we want, but they could. There's a lot bigger selection in here, and the prices are definitely better.
Pee.
So then ask them if you can get the bathroom key.
Hopefully we don't need it.
Hopefully it's just wide open, right? Oh wow, it's nice in here. Imagine trying to pay the heating bill for this place. See, like, this is what I was talking about, though, ish. But obviously not with the massive top on it.
It sounded funny.
Free ice cream? No way. I didn't know about that little part of Bob's. What'd you say?
Maybe I'll just get this. Should I buy this?
It's free.
It's free?
Should I just buy it?
Free? Yes. She can't tell a pregnant girl. I'm gonna get ice cream here. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, now we're getting our furniture from now on. Am I blushing? Terrible.
Just the vanilla.
It's just the vanilla.
Shall we?
No, they don't. All right,
Cheers.
Bob's. Cheers. That's nice. That's a nice touch. For real. All right, did you see it?
This is like a Sammie J piece right here.
But it's too tall.
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
that's true. To get your bracelets and stuff. All right, we're in the kids section. Maybe we could get, whoa, look at that. That's some Doc Susie stuff.
It does look like Doc Seuss.
That would be cool to have in your room as a kid.
Super sweet. This one is. Are the big ones just for display?
No.
Oh wait, it's right here. So this one's $3.99. This blue one.
But look how cool it is.
So cool, Doc Seuss.
Literally the best. Do you want to make another Finn in here right now?
Get out of here.
All right, we knew we would end up here. Outlet center. It's a treasure hunt. Okay. Okay. I got you. What's up with that rug?
Bug would be wiping his ass all over this rug.
They'd be chewing it up, like ripping it apart. That's the problem. Because we had a rug similar like that.
There's that fur.
That's like,
So soft.
it has memory foam in it.
What?
It's $100. What are they doing over there?
Getting the rug down, but it's falling on his head because it's so big.
It almost rocked them, right? I mean, do you like this? The big dog?
This guy.
This little guy?
But it's too deep.
Too deep to clean, you think? Yeah, maybe. Bobopedic. That's what it is.
The Bobopedic is amazing.
Yeah, it has memory foam in the rug.
The
Dude.
Bobopedic is really nice. It sucks because these are tempting, but only if you don't live in your house. You know what I'm saying? It is all show. Like if you don't need to clean your rugs.
Like they use these in $1 Million Listing just to stage the houses.
Yeah, and then they just throw them out or stick them in a storage unit.
They don't use the houses ever, like you just said.
Realistically, if you
This is
got-
only $200 for this
That's
rug.
what I'm saying. Like that's super cheap for that big rug.
It's cheap.
Super cheap. Like that, the rug that we have in our living room was more expensive than that, and not as.
This one's so
Luxury.
cool.
This one is really cool.
Because look, it goes like,
It's like coffee colored. How much is this?
this is like a casino rug-ish.
Kind of like. No, I don't like that one actually. If one of these hits you in the head, you get knocked. Damn, is that all the rugs there?
Look at this piece of art. Oh, it's a print. No, it's a print. They're prints.
That's a print too, or no?
I don't know. From a distance, it looks real.
Doesn't look like a print.
For a second.
Print.
No, it's not. What is it then?
That one's sick.
No, it is a print. And then paint added onto it.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like they print it and then they add like
You just gave me a good idea. I'm gonna do that.
it's gel
Just
basically.
gonna find a really, really intricate one at Goodwill.
And, like, put
then-
the gel on it.
Just to
Spice it up.
reverse psychology on yourself.
All right, we struck out there too. They have really nice furniture for a good price. They just don't sell what we want. And there's a reason why they call it a build out, because it's built out, it's not bought. All right, we made it to IKEA. Remember the first time you went to IKEA?
I recall.
When was that?
It wasn't that long ago.
Oh, so you're like you're not a veteran IKEA person?
I'm still a veteran.
You're kind of an amateur. Most of the IKEA that you bought before was from a storage unit, not from the store.
So I didn't. Well, yeah, technically I did buy it, but
So, but we've never. Have you ever purchased anything directly from IKEA?
a doormat, like a $10 doormat. Yeah, remember?
Was that all we got? No, we got the lights.
And the little tiny like bathroom rugs, which I use all the time. They're nice. Oh wait, no, those are. Did I? Yeah, I got.
We got
those
two here. We got
I should have got
the two lights that are on the deck, like the strings of lights,
Yeah.
and then we got.
Am I gonna be sweating in here? Whew. Oh wait, we'll have a cart. I'm gonna get these Swedish meatballs though, I'll tell you that right now. That's like what I came here for.
I came here for the camaraderie.
I came here for the food.
You know what I mean? I came just for like the ability to hang out and do something fun.
So, that is true. Me too, really. Oh yeah, they have masks right here, so I told you.
Did they give them to you though? Look at this.
That's actually
Wow.
really cool.
Where do you get that?
A foreclosure that's been sitting for like 30 years.
Look at this room.
That's honestly what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get some before we go on this mission.
The craziest thing about IKEA is you chose to wear like the IKEA
Colors.
like shirts.
I wore this to bed last night, so
What's Finn doing in there?
I was like looking at myself in the bedroom. I was like, "Oh, Finn, baby, you getting big? Because like we need to get something to eat."
That's what you're claiming. Look at all these things we could get for Finnicus.
Oh my god!
Like a little circus tent for Bug Bug.
No.
And look, a koala for baby Sis. And look, this is River.
Ew.
Wait, no way. Get this.
Oh,
This is me, and this is Paul, and then that's Sammie J.
Sharkster.
A bunch of freaking sharksters.
Hate that word, but
Paul's so mad that he didn't come.
we asked Paul. We called Paul to come,
Oh, shit. We gotta
and
get
he
one
was
of
like, "Yeah, have fun at IKEA." And he tried to use the same excuse that he forgot that he told us already, that he was putting his mom and dad's Christmas decorations away. But I didn't tell him that. Like, I know that you're lying to us, but it's cool. It's cool.
these. And we should just get this for him, or at least send him a picture. Because then he'll be so jealous that we're here, because he could get this for his nephew, because he likes sharks.
that's true. What is
Look at this, guys. This is special, like exclusive Legos that you can only get from Sweden. Look at this box.
Yeah.
Right though? Isn't that true?
It's just a white box.
IKEA. That's why. It's like this special IKEA Lego. Yeah, but it's so boring, it's cool.
God.
Look at this. You could be like, you could just be like, oh yeah, just gonna do some work on here. This little set's nice. Except your back would hurt if you were really editing on here for any extended period of time. You'd be so hurt. This is basically like my computer though. This is a Windows related fake prop though. I wonder what company it is that would just be like, yeah, I'm gonna make a fake computer for you guys.
Honestly, I could just make that out of the rack that we have sitting outside
It's
collecting
the same
rust.
thing. That's what they made it out of.
Are these cards?
This is the cards they use here, yeah.
Free storage?
I guess that's what they like to use in Sweden. Yeah, and then you put your bag in here, on here.
Wait. No. They just brought a Lowe's bag.
Yeah,
Wait, but.
because they knew better. No. Look at these sets. You could just live in here. No joke. I'm surprised nobody ever did that in like a movie. Yeah, like they woke up in here and then like I'm at IKEA. Wow. That's a king's chair right there.
Oh no, I know what this is. This reminds me of the chair we have in the kitchen when I like get up at weird times of the night to eat snacks with sis. This here, sit, feel it. Yeah.
It feels good on your back because it's kind of hard. This one's leaning back too much.
Oh, you don't like that?
Nah.
That's surprising.
Do you like that?
I like it, but let's stick to the mission.
That display case is kind of cool. How's this white shelf here though? It's so big though, it's too big. That's pretty much perfect, that, right?
It really is.
Why is it so freaking big?
It's just long. But if we get that desk out of there and just literally put this up against the wall, damn, we should have brought I like it wide and low because it's just weird. I'm not that short. Like 5'2" is not that short, but maybe it's just harder now that I have like a little belly, but it's like kind of.
This would be easier
like
for you
to like,
this would be easier for you to
either reach and bend down. So, but this is lower is better than higher, I would say.
a little light reading for you.
Who is that?
Alex Zanda.
I think I'll pass on that.
What are you thinking here?
4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4.
So what's the call for
2
the?
and 2. 2 for you, 2 for me.
What's the call you think today?
The white. I don't really like the dark one. And like, yeah.
I mean,
What are you
how
gonna
can you
spill
get
on
this
it?
price though anywhere else?
You can't. 109, and it's cheaper than the darker one. I just don't know if these go in there. They have to, though, right?
Yeah, isn't it
Oh,
this?
yeah.
These, or you can get the metal ones, but that's a burden. These are way nicer to just pull out. These might look cooler though, but you could use this for like files, I guess. That's what they're trying to say, right?
I don't really know what they're trying to say, but this is what I'm saying. It's hot as hell in here, and you have to be vaccinated to even be able to go near the kitchen in here, so
Now you're
we
getting
have to get
pissed.
up out of here.
Now you're getting pissed.
Yeah, that's just like, that's literally some end of the world shit.
Look at
Ooh,
this.
cupcakes.
You remember you ordered
So
those?
bad if I do.
Oh wow.
Yes. Oh, just kidding.
If I get the right angle that
Oh my
you can't
God.
tell that you're not in a house. Look.
It-
Hold on.
It feels like I should get you some blueberry pie.
Let me get a. This looks like a sweet, like, city, you know, bachelor pad type place. Sammy J taking over.
The fact that I looked at that picture and I was like, that kid looks familiar.
Oh wait, yeah, that's Jeffy
Jeffy? Is that even a name?
from Linwood. You know that guy?
It would be. It would be. You have to come over here though.
Oh wow, look at this view.
God, it looks real in the pictures though. That's
Look
all I
at this
like.
view.
This is what I like about IKEA the most.
City views. What? So this would be your house. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. We have a tortie and a black cat and then a gingina. A long-haired ginger.
Pretty nice.
This is too dark though. Why they always have to make cat people like dark people? Do you know what I mean? Like they just assume that your house is dark because you like cats. Oh fuck that shit.
This is a nice, like, bed slash couch.
21 futon. Because like futons weren't this comfy when I was in high school. Because my dad, before he got the big wraparound couch that I think my mom gave us in SP, we had a futon and a papasan. If you guys know what that is, like the egg chair. So this is way more comfy. Actually, I guess all futons are comfy, but this one's luxury. This
This
is
is
like a
like-
futon bed, and
No.
it goes all the way back. Like, look. Like, oh shit, what the fuck? No, that's just a cushion.
Yeah, this is an ottoman.
That is so dangerous.
I was about to say this is just a glorified ottoman.
Wait, show them. Ow, you shot
I
me.
literally was just thinking that in my head.
Look
And
at
then
that.
it fell off. I got it when it fell
No,
off.
but watch, put it back on.
I got the shot when it fell off.
But
It's
did-
like heavy enough to think that it almost has a back on it.
Sorry, guys. But doesn't that, well, not
No,
with
it
the
does.
pillows were deceiving.
I didn't think it was gonna fall off either. This
Yeah.
would be so annoying to have to fix all the time. They just sell you the look.
Well, you know what? I guess it's not true because if it was up against an actual wall, it wouldn't fall like that. Which,
Yeah, but the whole idea of it just being able to sit around wherever. Like they're displaying it as if it doesn't have to be on a wall.
I like this.
Look at this epic selfie lamp. That's what they're calling it now. It's beyond a stick. It's beyond a stick or a tripod. It's a full-blown lamp.
And it has settings on it.
Here, let me put my phone on here and get an epic shot of us chilling.
All right, let me get it to warm, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, there you go.
Taking on the epic selfie lamp. They just have now a completely fake, like, coffee store, cafe type, Starbucks like place. Swedish cafe. Everything in here is a prop. Pretty cool though. What is this cloak thing for? This is epic. It's a multifunctional cushion blanket like cloak thing.
It's only $24.
It's pretty rad. What is this? What kind of skateboards do you think these are? It just says like coordinates on there. I think they're like IKEA skateboards or something. Classic here. Look what we could get at these things though.
I like those. And look, there's a pink one if it's a girl. There's a heart.
Yeah. Are you shopping for Finn now?
I'm window shopping for Finn. Because, you know.
Getting it. Gotta get the shark.
Gotta get the shark.
This is like the perfect soundtrack. Wait till you see that clip. That clip.
Did they do that on purpose?
And you're like slow motion through like the
I was
cribs.
like thinking so hard, but really I just like weird that you would have to think about that, but like after you have a baby obviously you're like sensitive everywhere anyway, so like, and this is low, so like it hits you not anywhere crazy. You know what I mean? So like to pick a baby up, it wouldn't. But you on the other hand, you tall as hell. So.
Like with this music,
This one, it would hit mine.
this music playing and her walking through the cribs in slow motion. Right?
Yeah, they did do that. That's weird.
Which one do you like?
It's not like I like this one out of all of them. It's not like the most elaborate looking crib, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest.
Yeah, it does, because it
has
can't
to
be
be
too
practical.
weak. Is this
No,
thing
not
like
flimsy.
is
I'm
this
saying,
a piece of
I'm
junk?
saying what
This
it
one or
looks
no?
like.
Oh. I can't believe we didn't know they had these though. They're all the same size, huh?
And then you put the freaking patch on it. Or am I just tripping?
No, you get one for each, so we're matching.
But then you put the...
And then you put the Freedom the Dream patch on there, and then we can just wear them
And then
around.
a giant crow cream patch on the back.
We could do that. Do you think these would fit us?
You have to open it up. Would this fit you?
Should I try it?
Yeah.
Is it good? These are the same size though. I mean, it's pretty good.
I mean, you do have a patagonia on.
It's the correct size.
It's the correct size.
What about for you? Are you? So these other people saw us getting the robes and they had to get them too. We made them look so good. We got the doublers. One for each. Iconic white robes. This cart's so hard to handle. It just goes to one side the whole time. What's your main concern in here right now?
It says 10 items or less. My main concern right now is food.
Hold on, we'll get the shot of us getting the sharker.
This is for Paul.
Where's the thingy? Here, let me hold it. Sharkster?
Sharkster for Paul's nephew.
Grab that.
Yeah. These guys for the sicky sakis.
Yeah.
Does it fit? Oh wow. That's nice. Two.
So you gotta bring your own bag in here.
We had a bunch of these from the store.
I know.
But they were dirty.
Yeah.
They had like mouse
Yeah, it's actually worth it.
our matching globes.
You put that in here.
This guy. And then
Don't forget the other piece.
this guy.
All set, thank you.
Press start and read the screen before scanning and try it or down.
And that's it, right?
It's gonna be a happy boogie.
Scored these 2 shelves for all the goods and some other stuff. All right, all loaded up, ready to go. And now it's time for what?
Snacks.
Miso soup.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
So there's sparkles in here.
Everything's coming up, Millhouse. What were you talking about earlier?
2 minutes ago, I said there's a package.
No, what were you talking about earlier?
You know what's crazy? I was talking about an air purifier.
Yeah, and?
One just got dropped off at our house, but when you came out and I was like, some weird package just got dropped off, in my head, when I saw him before you came out of the back room, I was like, that definitely looked like an air purifier on the outside of that box. And I was like, nah, that's crazy.
That's because we're doing a collab with the brand.
Well, Ryan, watch this chicken
The
head.
Trio. Look at this thing. Ooh, look at this baby. Yeah. The Trio.
All right. The Trio. The true HEPA air purifier.
This thing is lit.
I swear by these things. I think everybody should have these in their home, even if you don't have animals. It is very, very good for your air purity. But have not tried out the Dreo, the D-R-E-O, HEPA purifier. So we're gonna have to give it a go first before we can give a thorough review, because it's not like, you know, speaker where you can just try it. It's something that you need to be able to actually like feel.
So let's get this thing set up.
Let's do it. I'm stoked about this. I love me some air purifiers. Anything get them Jimmy germs out there. As we are getting ready for the arrival of baby Finn, we've been trying to get the house ready, and you know, we went to IKEA, got a couple of things, but perfect timing. This company reached out to us to do a review on this air purifier, the Dreo, D-R-E-O. I say perfect timing because, as a lot of people have pointed out in the comments, I won't say the word because I'll probably pronounce it wrong, but it's like toxic plasmosis, whatever, it starts with a T, comes from cat's poop, from the litter. So Turner has been doing the litter. I think I cleared that up. But we already do have air purifiers, and we do change the filters for the central air and heat, because it does get very dusty and dandery with having a lot of cats. So this was like a really, really good surprise. I'm probably talking too much to do a review, but I'm going to open this, and obviously you can't just give a review on an air purifier in one day because it does take time. The one I already have is really, really good, but I didn't know that it was that good until, like, you know, maybe a week or two, maybe even a month into having it. So we're gonna plug this in. I'm gonna open it up for you guys. Let's just get into it, right?
Yeah.
I undid the tape to make it easier, but I did not actually open it, so.
It'll just be nicer to have one in the living room, too.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking I could put that one closer, the cat boxes, and then this one in here. The only thing is I don't really like to run it while we're sleeping, because I noticed since it's been winter time, and it's more dry outside, it's not as humid as it is in the summer or like the spring when it's hotter out, that it like dries your throat out. So it's not good to run it all the time. I don't know if anybody else has that happen to them. What is this? I guess these are directions, which is something I don't really read, but I'm just going to pull it out and then I'll read the directions just for the review.
Nah. MJ's getting it now. MJ's
He's like just what I wanted. For Mom to sloppily open this so I can play with the styrofoam.
He can't have that.
No.
This is bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, this is actually really, really nice. Okay, so this is the charger. Ooh,
wow.
This is like a bullet.
This is a baby dreamer. Right, Ru?
Alright, nothing else in there, so I'm gonna put this to the side. Hide this from the chickens. Sit my ass back down. Take the plastic off. Wow, this is actually a really nice design. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of prettier than the ones we already have.
It'll go right in next to that popcorn. Literally.
The El Papicorne. Look at Buggy watching right now. Buggy's like, oh man, I'm really trying to just like kill my stink. I work really, really hard trying to get my stink everywhere.
He gets asthma uproar too. He likes
But
purifiers.
Buggy, this won't take away the stink.
Buggy
Just a
likes
dander.
purifiers. He has asthma like his dad.
This is true. Buggy just went to Penn Vet to go to a specialized dermatologist. So he's got allergies. So honestly, when this came out, we both were thinking of him too. That'll be good for him. This looks like a disco ball.
Hold it up. Is it together?
It is not together. I want to take this plastic off because I know you should.
Oh yeah.
I'm just wondering. I'll definitely have to read the directions because. Is it this way?
I don't know.
Because I'm wondering if you have to buy. Because for my.
No, you just shut that. Yeah. And plug it in. And that's it.
Yeah, but for the other ones, I have to order.
Oh yeah,
filters.
this thing that you just put in there, that's the filter. You'll probably have to order it eventually.
That's a gnarly filter.
Alright, so that's all the parts that go to it. So you guys can see it for those with the mechanical brains who like to see it all laid out.
This is the power adapter.
That's the adapter. It's a pretty simple setup. I haven't looked up how long the filters last, but we can put it right here in the bottom because I'll look it up.
This is the air quality sensor right here because I was actually just messing with that.
And what does that do?
To be honest, I have no idea, but I guess, I don't know if it lights up because the other one will flash blue.
Oh, yeah, it's going to go like red or something if it needs to be
switched.
changed.
That was the bottom cover that I first pulled off. The filter was what I took out. Okay, so it has an air quality indicator light, and then the air inlet is right here. it's really irrelevant. Everybody really just wants to know, does it actually work, right?
Let's just plug it in. It obviously works. You mean like, does it filter the air?
Yeah, it's like, how do you test your air for air quality? You know? Like how
Just
that guy
plug
came
it
over
in and
there,
let's see this thing.
3 hours of our time testing the watches. I'm just oh, it goes right here. Gonna have to move the popcorn for now. But to be honest,
And unplug what? The tray for now, just for a second. Or the TV, it doesn't matter.
well, I can't do the TV because that's already unplugged and I have this light on there. But you know what I could do? Get an extension cord.
So we had to go get the power box. First time we ever used it. Let's see the Drio at work. Me and Bugs are just sitting back, just like literally cruising, just watching the show. Look at us just chilling. 2 homeboys just chilling. Look at this, babe. All right, let's flip this around. All right, so what did you just do?
I hit the start button and I could see all these, whatever that is. So the filter reset button is up here. So I'm assuming that's when you need, like my other ones, if the filter needs to be switched, like if there's a lot of gunk up in your filters and it needs to be changed out, you take it out when you see that little button up here flashing. Can you see it?
I can see it.
Right there. Really? You can see it?
Well, I mean, I can see the general area that where it is.
No.
Buggy's like, I can see it from here.
Trying to give a thorough review. But either way, when you switch out the filter and then you put the new one back in, it's the same as the other one. You hold it down for 5 seconds to restart it, and then it won't be flashing anymore, and you'll have a fresh filter. The timer button is the one with the clock, obviously. So you can select a time on this one to turn off after 2 hours, 4 hours, or 8 hours. So I'm gonna do 2.
It's really quiet.
Very quiet, so it's set on 2 hours, so it'll shut off in 2 hours. Sleep mode button. Select to purify the air at the most silent power setting. So now it's quiet.
Wow. So this is for production value, this quietness.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking that about running a purifier when we eventually do the podcast studio, but I was like, that would be too loud, but not with this one.
So the manual mode button is the fan, and that just is like low, medium, high, I'm assuming. But I just put the sleep mode button on, so that's why it's really, really quiet. So let's just see how it does overnight. That's really all I could do for you guys, but I do like the design, and I do like the options that it has, like button-wise. The real test is if it actually purifies the air, so we'll see. And I'll get back to you on that. It's got a 5-year warranty. It's pretty nice. Pretty long.
Okay, what's up everybody? So, in my robe that we scored from IKEA, we went there last night and we got 2 shelves and a shark actually for Paul to give to his nephew because he's a sharkster. But we are, now that we have the baby on the way, trying to transform our home into a more family-oriented situation. We need to get rid of at least 1 couch, if not 2, from inside the living room. And move the other big couch from the other room into the living room, get the TV out of there, take the wall mount down, and then just try to start getting rid of / selling as many things as we can, so that we can clear out the clutter. But Sammie got this new vacuum recently, and this one not too long ago, a couple months ago. So I'm gonna just start by cleaning out the vacuums, and then from there, Lucky, we hear you, girl. Come on. Lucky. Come on. Ooh. Come here. You can come up here. Good girl. Here, watch out. So I thought that this was a cool vacuum. I like it a lot. It's a handheld Ryobi vacuum. And it basically just picks everything up and leaves it in this little thing. And then you can just take that off and dump it. And it's just that little casing that goes on top. And then this is the filter. And you can easily just catch that out. It's so convenient though, this little vacuum. And I want to say it was only 30 bucks. Minus the battery, but we already had the battery. And this is the new vacuum, and it works kind of the same way. So it has everything in here, and it picked up so much hair. So this is a good pet vacuum. Check this though. That came out of there really clean. It just popped right out. So these are both really good vacuums. Didn't change this litter box, but I changed all the other ones, and I think I got a pretty good technique down. So we usually change them like every week to 10 days, I guess. So I just take the lid off. As you can tell, these guys poop a lot, but we have 4 litter boxes, one for each cat inside. Lucky doesn't go inside. She uses, I don't know where she goes, but not inside. So I just dump them into a bag, kick it a little, or try to get the extra juice out of there, and then obviously close up the bag, throw it in the trash right behind the camera, and then I'll take some spray, spray down the whole thing, and the top too, because why not? We could go for a little clean, and then I'll literally just hose it down. Alright, sometimes I use a paper towel, but today I'm just using this rag that was a beach towel that I cut up that we were going to throw out. And that was like some really natural spray, so it won't affect the cats regardless. So even if there's a little residue, it's not going to be a big deal. So this is just the personal Cat Box 101 technique that I personally do. Cat Box 101 technique that I personally do. Doesn't mean it's the best way to do it, but definitely works. So the bottom's ready. I'm gonna just pour the litter in there, put it into the place, back in place, and then put the top on. Alright, how I would market this sofa. Vintage 1970s pecan wood, Ted Bundy-esque
yeah.
floral sofa.
What are you saying? Like, what's your aesthetic in your new house? Oh, I'm going for a Ted Bundy look.
That's what it looked. That's what it's like. She was like, look at like the first day when we went to get this sofa, like at the auction, I was sitting on it. I was sitting on it waiting for the auction to start, and she's like, "You over there on your Ted Bundy sofa?" And I was like, "Yeah, this thing is epic. I'm gonna buy it."
What were you wearing? Were you wearing something crazy?
I mean, yeah, but not as crazy as this makes you look.
Or was I just picturing you in a collared shirt? Look at Bug!
You trying to see the new setup? All right, what do you call it then? Just vintage 1970s.
Flip this thing.
Medium wood.
Flip this thing forward.
I think marketing it with the Ted Bundy claim
Is there really not a
is not good for
You know
business.
the cushions are
Paul.
gonna fall off, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh right.
It does have a tag. It's like a dry cleaning tag. No, it's literally like, damn, they did have a
Wait, what about
manufacturer's
underneath
tag.
of the cushions though?
It did have a manufacturer.
Yeah, maybe. Watch it. These guys are breaking their neck to look at our trash.
Was there even anything in the trash?
Yeah, the.
Nope.
Yeah. Huh.
It doesn't really matter. Like
No.
it does, but at the same time, if you're selling to someone locally, they're going for the look.
You might as well keep the cushions off, right? Is it easier to?
Could just bring it out, right?
Yeah. And then I'll just bring the cushions.
Going out. Where's this go?
These are very nice.
So what'd you just open?
Deborah Berklight sent us a gift for the babies. She sent us catnip flavored greenies for our stinky breaths, the cat stinky breath. And then she knew they got their Sheba Snick Snack Weddies, and they're not pate, which is perfect. The babies are gonna be stoked. And then I'm glad that I was looking underneath, because then there's these little.
The Jersey Devil. Yeah. These are 1 ounce of silver, but they're just like really nice minted.
And then
Minted.
One's Mothman and one's
The
Jersey
Mothman
Devil.
and
Yeah,
the
look at
Jersey
Jersey
Devil.
It's cool. They're really nice silver coins.
These are really good for like collecting for the safe
for sure.
too. To just put in the safe for the
100%.
future for Finn
Bury
if we
'em.
ever need them.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
gonna
would not put that online, but
I'm gonna bury them in the yard.
Bury 'em in the yard.
So this will be the nursery room in here. We have both of these calyx shelves that we bought from IKEA, and it's about time they get set up. So professional IT. Would you say you're a professional IKEA setup guy?
absolutely not.
Lady, I should say.
I don't think anybody is.
I'm pretty close.
I mean, Dosty's
That did that. Not bad. Ready for the first shelf.
ready for the first shelf.
Feel how sturdy it is when a normal person puts it together.
River.
She wants to say too.
Come on.
Put her up. She can be the first to smell it.
Chicken.
But yeah, it's fine, right?
It's chicken approved.
It is.
This is perfect, babe. Thank you.
So I just bust out the other.
Smell check. Just kidding. Bratty. With my girl.
Okay, to continue the mission of us upgrading our house, we're not doing anything drastic to it yet. We do want to redo the kitchen eventually, and we want to overhaul the garage and turn it into usable space instead of just collecting hoards. But I bought this table. It's a desk off of Facebook Marketplace. This and a nice office chair that we paid $125 for both, which is kind of steep for us. We like to get stuff for free or cheap. But basically this same desk, even at Home Goods, which is like a discount store, was $250 around. We checked it out. So we got this and the $200 office chair. 75, what would that be? Like 60, $250 each or something like that. Either way, we paid way less than the retail value. And this is a pretty nice desk for the back room. So here we go. Let's get it in there. Very nice desk. All right, what's up, everybody? So today is the morning of Sammie J's second doctor's appointment, having to do with her pregnancy. She's about 12 weeks pregnant. I have the papers right there. She forgot all the paperwork. We showed up to the doctor's office and she didn't have it. So luckily we were quite a little bit early for the appointment. So I was able to run back and get them. But important things, you gotta be on it when it comes to these kind of things. This appointment was like 8 in the morning, so we just woke up basically. Well, she actually showered, but I basically rolled out of bed, got in the car, wasn't thinking about anything but my coffee. And then I just ran back and got the papers. But we're gonna find out, if everything's normal today. And the next appointment after this, or the blood work that we're getting ordered after this, is gonna be if we find out if the baby is a boy or a girl. So it's not gonna be this appointment, it's gonna be the next appointment, but that's fine. There's really no rush for us. It doesn't really make a difference. We're still gonna just be stoked. If the baby's healthy, that's all we really care about. So just trying to keep you guys updated. And yes, I have this mustache still left over from Sammie's horrific makeover. That basically scared the cats and myself to death. But signing off. All right, give us the local rundown of what's going on here.
So, we were fiending some Harry Potter, some Universal, so we pulled out our Harry Potter costume boxes and got our cloaks out that we got from Universal. And I got my custom gloves that Turner got me. And my Hermione scarf. He has his Slytherin scarf on and his Slytherin cloak. And we have our wands. And we have to get curtains for the sunroom because we do have our merch back there. I did see the comment that somebody left. We were aware of that, but it's like one thing at a time. So it sucks because I don't like curtains, but you kind of have to have them for privacy. So
yeah, I don't like them either.
But we're at Big Lots.
This Big Lots is popping now, dude. You want to go in there with all your Harry Potter gear? There's like 700 people outside.
I'm honestly so exhausted that I don't even care. Like literally, I don't care. Like at the doctor's earlier, I was wearing a cat sweatshirt, like the Starbucks one that I have. It's like a tuxedo cat that looks like Sissy drinking at Starbucks.
Shout out to Tom Lombard for that gift.
Shout out for Tom Lombard because that's like my favorite sweatshirt. I wear it all the time. And Turner was wearing a cat mask, and then he was wearing the Crow Cream sweatshirt. And then like I was just in a moody mood when we went to my second doctor's appointment today. And
because you forgot the paperwork that you never filled out?
Yeah, but I did fill it out. That's the thing.
But
so I was mad at myself, really, and I was taking it out on them. Not really, but just, like, very dismissive. Because I was just, why? But they kept asking me, like, if I have cats. But, like, during the conversation, I was like, why the fuck do they keep asking me if I have cats? And then I looked, I was like, and I looked at Turner's shirt, and I looked at his vest, I was like, damn, I'm moody today. So, anyway, I don't know what the point of that story was. I forget. So let's just go in here and get these curtains so I can go home and eat.
So yeah, we've done tons of different things to the house lately. And we got the table that I was unloading earlier and the office chair, which I don't think I ever filmed. And we got those set up back in the back room. And then the last thing we want to do, like Sammie said, was get the curtains for all the windows. So there's 4 windows, and they're about, what are they? 50 inches wide?
Between 50 and 51 inches wide, so give or take. But you want, if you're going to put them on like a curtain rod, it's 50, but you want it to be a little bit
Why did
more.
they put the freaking pocket for the wands so far deep?
Yours is deep?
Really deep.
Mine's not deep
Look
enough.
how deep it
I
is.
almost stabbed my titty. I was going to say the other day. Like 5 minutes ago. like I can time.
You look like somebody who would buy one of those.
Colors, do I?
In your robe.
Time's up.
The sands of time.
Signs of time.
It is a good reflection on life. When the last grain of sand has emptied from the top pitcher into the bottom. Your time has expired.
It does remind you, like, don't sweat the small stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like, people think they're, like, just so important.
Should we get this?
Chill. Just chill, bro.
That would definitely be something that
I actually really liked it. I've always liked
Dumbledore would have
those.
in his office at Hogwarts.
He probably did. Nah, just fork.
You promised me curtains.
I didn't promise you shit, boy.
You said they had them.
I'm looking just like you are.
I'm just following
They're
you.
right here, where it says curtains. No, right?
I would say like, yeah,
Light? No,
not light. Oh, they have all these though.
it's like, do you want to choose mold or fade?
And she thinks this is funny that she's laying down these incredibly putrid, stinky farts in the middle of here. And then she got mad when I started walking away from her.
I said it's cute, right? I'm crying 'cause it's so funny.
These, if I could have a,
It's
if I could,
it's not me though, it's Finn, and literally it smells like your flavor because my farts don't smell like this usually.
if I could use this wand to
But
make
they're
my
rank,
nose,
like Turner's down. I was like, it's definitely Finn got his farts from you because this is not me. Or just the crazy food I'm eating, who knows?
if I could just leave a little dusting of a smell on my nose so that I couldn't smell for the rest of the day, I'd be good with that.
Yeah, but that's how your ass smells every day, all day.
Not
And
that
you're not
bad.
even pregnant. That is not true.
Not nearly as
It
crazy as that.
stinks. He's got fettuccine with the Fredo every day, all day. And he likes to spread his butt cheeks and fart in the cat's faces.
We know how you like to project
It's
what you do
nasty.
and how your butt smells. How you like to project how your ass stinks on the
My
man.
ass does not stink. You know that though.
Okay, we made it to Ollie's Bargain Outlet.
Ollie oxen free.
Good stuff, cheap. Let's see what they got here for curtains. Here, give us a wand flick and we'll be right in the curtain aisle.
Curtain aisle, here we come. Boop. Boop. Alright. Curtain aisle.
The rods are a fraction of the price. Let's see the curtains.
Yeah, 'cause they were like
These are super
Freaking,
long, but these are sick. Wow.
$22 at Big Lots. They're only $8 here.
These are good prices, blowout pricing here.
Blowout pricing. Like, why did I ever?
Not look here for curtains.
Honestly, because it was about the convenience, I guess.
Never knew they had the curtain aisle here
Didn't
like
know
this.
they did either. These are window panels? What the f?
How long are those?
They're sick. They're,
2-pack.
36 inches by 84.
So they're slaggers. We don't need them that big. For a fan?
They're so cute.
I didn't see that. I thought you were talking about those ones. So they do have a 2-pack for the same price as the 1-pack at the other store. But let's see if we can get 2 others that are the same as that.
I'm gonna put my wand away if I mess up my activator. I'll tip these out.
Is this the other one? No. Is it? Can you see them for real? Oh,
It
you
is,
knew
it is.
they were them.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Sammie J with the clutch clean. So we got these 4 rods for the price of 2 rods at the other store. And these are nicer, way nicer. Score.
They're way nicer, but are they too big? Can they get smaller?
Yeah, 48 to 86.
Okay. I was just
It's 50, 51 or more. So
50 to 50.
it'll be almost fully closed, but it'll fit. So we were sitting here thinking 84 inches was crazy long for what we need. And this one's 216 inches.
These are like from the 80s.
Literally. They were sitting in a warehouse since... Damn, these are like the big long ones. Wow.
These are cool.
Is it gonna be these babies? Is that the call? Even though they're long? Half the price. They go with our wallpaper. And that's no joke. The wallpaper that was originally in the house, that is. The undercoating. Really?
Look.
That's for the Ravenclaw
That's
claim?
Ravenclaw. Here. Where is it? Here it is.
No way.
I said, I said, I don't want to walk by a Slytherin.
Yeah, see, I got the badge here. My wife's the Gryffindor over
Oh,
there.
yeah. I got it in every house but the Gryffindor. So I named myself a Gryffindor.
Here, this is my card. I can move it. Look at all these jumpsuits. And just nice suits. Wow. Orange pants. I had a pair of those. These are nice.
I know. I was in Slytherin house too. And I was in everything but Gryffindor. I did it 3 times. Said the hell with me. I'm making myself a Gryffindor.
Classic. Told you. Die hard Harry Potter fans. We're having a hard time here.
I had to take a tour of Ollie's. They really do have just crazy deals here. All right, we're gonna redo the whole garage. And we were just saying, imagine if we took everything out and just laid like this lime down, or an orange flavor, or even just this blue. That'd be so sick. Okay, thank you guys for watching another one of our videos. This was basically an update video, just telling where we are and what we're trying to do to the house. I know it had a lot of filler in there and stuff I could have cut, but we filmed it, so I figured people might want to see everything. And we have some other videos that might be more exciting coming out soon, and a pretty epic trip actually planned in the next couple weeks. Nothing drastic, but a trip that is going to be meaningful for me, and some time away in a more sunny setting, I should say. But I wanted to just point out that I brought the Drio air purifier out here. You can see it right here behind me on the desk. And I want to say I really am impressed with how quiet it is. You might be able to hear it right now, but it's fully on. And if that was a different air purifier like the ones we have inside, it would be just muffling all the audio on the GoPro right now. But that thing is killing it. There's a lot of dust back here in the area, so it's best to just purify the air in here. Just shout out to Drio. Check out their products. I'll leave a link in the description and you guys can go check them out. They're going to be releasing more products throughout the year, they told us. And maybe hopefully we'll get a hold of some of them so we can show you guys. But yeah, if you want a very quiet, good looking air purifier, that could be an option for you. I mean, I never heard of it until now, so we didn't know about it to even buy it, but I know that we did buy one and we love the one. We've been using it for like a year constantly, and it really does help. So yeah, Drio air purifier, the dream. And I just want to say we are still just working on building our Facebook page, and we would really appreciate it if you guys went over and gave it a like, because we're trying to build it up this year to 10,000 people. And if everybody who had a Facebook account that watches our videos went over and liked the page, I think we'd be there pretty quick. So we would appreciate that very much if you guys did that. Other than that, we'll see you guys in the next video, and keep pushing everyone. The dream is real. Peace.